What's up, guys?
What's up? What's up?
Alright, guys, so today is the day we're going to be going to Hiawatha Insane Asylum. The building's not there anymore, but the history and I believe even maybe the spirits are still there. So tell us a little bit about Hiawatha.
Hiawatha was an insane asylum just outside of Canton, South Dakota here, where people held Native Americans of this land because they didn't conform with the white man, government laws. They didn't, because it was their land first, so they didn't agree with it. And they were held in insane asylums because they were criminally insane. But that was never the case. When they were killed, they were just thrown out back, their bodies disgraced, discarded, no respect at all. A company went in, bureau went in, investigated, found out that 300 out of the 350 inmates there were actually not insane at all, had no mental illness at all. And they shut the place down, and there's still a graveyard there with 121 burials there, but one headstone. Wow.
Yeah, so what I heard, and tell me if I'm wrong in the research that you found, is it was the very first federal issued insane asylum anywhere in the country, for the Native Americans. So this is the first one ever.
Yep.
So they'd never had.
That's all. It was just for them.
So they sent Native Americans from all over the country to this insane asylum in Canton. It's crazy, dude. Yep. And I read a story about a woman who had her baby at this insane asylum, actually had the baby there, and they took the baby from her and sent it to an orphanage. I read that story. There's another story about a woman that got chained to a heater, and because they thought she was mentally insane, when she was screaming in pain, she had to suffer through third-degree burns. Stories of people getting raped there. It's pretty bad stuff that happened at this place, guys. It's as bad as it gets. It was basically a kill camp, is what it was for Native Americans.
That's insane.
Yeah, it was bad stuff. So, guys, this is going to go back to kind of what happened at Gitche, right? It's all about respect. It's all about being respectful to the people and to the Native Americans and their land. So we plan to do that. This is just a horrible, horrible story that needs to be told. It needs to be brought to everybody's attention of what happened and the atrocities that occurred to these Native American people. So we're excited to go investigate, but we're also going to tread lightly because this is going to be, in my opinion, a very, very touchy investigation, and we need to be respectful to all things that are included in it. So you guys ready?
Yep.
All right, guys. You know what to do next, right? Stay tuned.
Hiawatha Insane Asylum was the first Native American insane asylum in the United States. The asylum opened in Canton, South Dakota, and operated from 1903 until 1933. Native Americans from all over were torn from their families and culture because of their beliefs. If they chose not to expect the white man's ways, they were deemed to be mentally insane for not conforming and sent to Hiawatha. Over 300 plus Native Americans were admitted into Hiawatha Insane Asylum, a place where time stands still and days feel like years. For many of those inmates, torture and abuse were the norm. For other inmates, this was where their last breath of life was taken. The doctors and nurses' lack of education and understanding of the Native American culture led to many unnecessary treatments and procedures for the inmates of Hiawatha. Over 121 Native Americans lost their lives at Hiawatha. Those victims are now buried at a cemetery east of where the asylum used to be, in a mass grave. If you died at Hiawatha Insane Asylum, you were not given a proper burial. Instead, your body was thrown out the back door into the snow and left to freeze over the winter until spring thaw. Only then would the staff collect the bodies and take them to the cemetery to be buried. Today there is only open fields, a historical marker, and a golf course where Hiawatha Insane Asylum used to be. Disturbingly, between the 4th and 5th fairway of the golf course, you will see the old cemetery where 121 plus Native Americans are buried. The only protection this cemetery has is an old rotted fence and signs that warn golfers not to play golf shots out of the cemetery. These signs do not stop the errant golf shots that fly into the cemetery every day, sometimes even coming close to hitting the memorial plaque itself. Only recently was a memorial plaque placed in the cemetery to honor the 121 Native Americans who died at Hiawatha. You will see the names of each one of those Native Americans written on it. As the sun begins to set, Let's check back in with the team to see how things are going at the cemetery.
Alright guys, we are here at the memorial graveyard for the Hiawatha Insane Asylum where more than 121 Native Americans were killed and buried here.
Right beside me here is a tombstone that was recently placed here, naming all who have died here.
Now, this isn't a perfect circumstance. The actual insane asylum was actually torn down in 1934, but this was left here in memoriam to the many Native Americans who actually died. We are actually in the middle of a golf course right now. There's a fairway right behind us and a fairway right in front of us. And it's crazy to think about that they just put this right in the middle of it. Like,
Yeah.
And there's barely any signage. There's just one sign that says, "Don't play in here." That's about it.
Yeah. If you were like not educated on the history of this place, then you wouldn't know it was here until you started playing.
And also, you can kind of see, I don't know if the camera see it, but there's ribbons tied around the fence posts everywhere. And I believe that is a sign of people showing respect to the Native Americans that are buried here. There's also nice things around the tombstone. It's honestly, people are actually showing respect, and it's great to see, but everybody else, it's not good. So yeah, we're gonna see if we make contact with anything here. So as always, stay tuned.
Hey guys, update. We're just sitting here kind of waiting patiently for our opportunity to talk to the spirits, because unfortunately this is a very high traffic area. So I don't know if you guys play golf or not, but let me explain to you. I used to play professional golf for a while, and this is in the worst possible place it could be on a golf course. This is a dogleg right, and the cemetery is literally positioned in the right corner rough of this fairway, which is where a majority of golf balls travel, because most golfers hit a slice, which means a ball that flies from left to right, which means this is where most of these golf balls land, which is really bad, guys. Like, seriously. Is there anybody here with us right now? Would any of our Native American ancestors like to come through and speak? To my Native American friends, my name is Jonathan. This is my team. We sit here with you in respect to allow you to be heard. The REM pod just went off. Right there. See what I mean? How many golf balls so far have you guys seen come over this way?
Too many. 6 probably.
Native Americans know. They understand. Far too many times golf balls fly into this area. Great spirit of the land, I come before you, my team and I, to show respect to the Native Americans that are buried in this ground. The atrocities that occurred on this land to your people is unheard of. As always, I come bearing respect. I've brought tobacco for your people to smoke as a sign of respect, as an offering to your people. For the names listed on this plaque, we intend to have an opportunity for you to be heard tonight. We will bring out items that you can speak to. If there's anyone here that would like to be heard and tell your story and let everybody know how you feel about how you've been treated, we'll give you that opportunity to do so tonight. My name is Jonathan. This is my team, Logan, Shandon, Parker, and Joshua. We come in respect to you to tell your story. That is why we've traveled and journeyed here today. I come with respect, and with the blessing of the Great Spirit, I hope that we'll be able to have a communication with all of you tonight. So we're playing Native American flute spirit music out of respect to the Native Americans here, something to make them feel comfortable and make them understand that we come in peace, to allow them to be heard. I play this for you. We play this for you out of respect to your people. If you would like to speak, if there's something you'd like to say, come near my voice, oh great people, and speak loud enough that we might hear you. I'm sorry that these golfers are playing golf all over your land, all over this area. This is not right. This is not right. Great Spirit, I bring sage to bless this land out of respect to the people of it, to the fallen that have died on this land. Bless this cemetery.
The millimeter jumped to 2.0. I saw that.
Great Spirit, protect this area. I'm gonna walk the perimeter of this.
Okay. It got like it went away. It got
Peaceful?
yes.
Their spirits are at rest, or at an unrest. I felt like, you know, it's a respect thing. You know? Playing their native music, something that can bring them peace, that they recognize. Burning white sage as a Native American deal. Peace offering of tobacco.
Hey, do we want to pause that EVP and start anyway? All I hear is birds too.
It's very peaceful. And you know, and honestly, guys, to be honest with you guys, the main reason why we're here, I know paranormal is at the forefront of everything that we do. Obviously, we want to show you guys amazing things that occur and, you know, show proof of the paranormal. But not everything is always about evidence. A lot of it is about the journey, and I know that might be hard sometimes to come across through camera. But every one of us here right now is experiencing our own personal experience with this, and it's part of how we grow. It's part of how we build ourselves up for further investigations. It's just the difference between what we do and what others do. I can't speak for what other paranormal investigators put as their main priority, but for us, it's about the spiritual journey and learning to respect each place that we investigate. And tonight, we may or may not make contact. I know the sun is setting, and maybe some of the spirits will come through. But even if they don't, we gained something from today. We told their story. We showed them respect. I don't know when the last time somebody came here, brought peace offerings, you know, walked the land, the perimeter, blessed it in the name of the Great Spirit and the people. So it's just something we can do to help them. You know, it's just a nice thing to do, even though they've gone and passed. Can't forget about them, and you still got to be respectful to them. Like to speak. I will give you the ability to use my body and to use my spirit to speak. You can speak and be heard through this device that I'm holding in my hands. Please be respectful and say anything that you would like to say. What am I feeling right now? What are you making me feel? I have pain, very, very, very sharp pain. Is this what you felt? Is this what you felt? Is this feeling that I'm feeling what you felt? What did they do to you? What horrible things did they do to you? Anyone else that would like to speak, that would like to be heard? You are a great people. I must go for now. We will try to make our way over to journey to where the asylum once was. If it's easier for you to communicate with us there, we will head that way. Okay. Okay. So I'm not making this up. The only way I can explain what I just felt, it like knocked me over, and it felt like literally a sharp blade went across my stomach. Like it was like if I felt it from here all the way across. All the way across. Like literally like all the way across.
Was it to the point where you had like that nauseous throwing up?
Not nauseous, sharp pain.
It was
like,
pain.
Sharp
Okay.
pain, like in and pull to the side. Pain, like very much hurt.
Okay.
Very much, a lot of pain. Like knocked me over on my butt. Pain.
Well, I saw that you fell over.
I felt like somebody. I was like my eyes were starting to like when you astroplane. You know what I'm talking about. You should understand what I'm talking about. When your eyes start to flutter from the inside. That's what I was experiencing, and the more that started to happen, the more that I was starting to get that feeling. So,
Yeah. You're doing that.
Time did not move while we were sitting there at all.
I thought I was just like watching. I was watching you like almost the entire time.
I was like gone, dude. I went to
I
went to a whole different place, man.
I saw
It was like-
the way
the
your
best way I
body
could
was
describe it-
moving while you were sitting there was not you.
Yeah, it was weird, dude. I was
Yeah,
like,
I ended up going into like.
I could take that.
I rarely ever like
You wanna
ever sit
zip
like
that up
that
there?
the way I
I
was
didn't know if you were
sitting
putting, like,
before I
a
stood up
No.
just now.
Hey, your thing's going
It's
off,
just
by the way,
like-
partner. Or did you just turn it? No, it's still going off.
As we're talking about this?
Yeah, it was going off to like
I
green.
felt like I was almost like keeping an eye on you. Like when you were doing your perimeter thing with the sage, I almost felt like I was keeping an eye on you.
Can we do something real quick? Can we all together recite the it's the most important prayer for Native American people. You guys be good with that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna read this all together. Ready? You all read it.
O Great Spirit, whose voice I hear in the winds, and whose breath gives life to all the world, hear me. I am small and weak. I need your strength and wisdom. Let me walk in beauty and make my eyes ever behold the red and purple sunset. Make my hands respect the things you have made and my ears sharp to hear your voice. Make me wise so that I may understand the things you have taught my people. Let me learn the lessons you have hidden in every leaf and rock I seek strength, not to be greater than my brother, but to fight my greatest enemy, myself. Make me always ready to come to you with clean hands and straight eyes, so when life fades as the fading sunset, my spirit may come to you without shame.
All right, let's wrap it up.
That was crazy. You wanna tell them what you did, or?
Yeah, so we just read the Native American prayer. It's the only prayer, believe it or not, that every tribe knows. If you go back in history, it's been proven that that was one thing that was unanimous with every tribe. So if there's any types of Native Americans, because you got to remember, they're not all from here. They came from all over. If there's anything that they would recognize, it'd be that prayer right there. So we hope that they heard it. They hope that they know that we understand it and that we respect it. And we'll see if they're ever at the asylum. We're going to head that way now. Stay tuned.
As the team wraps up investigating at the cemetery, they decide to head to a bridge close to where the asylum used to be. Here is the only evidence they captured at that location.
Guys? Do you see this? And of course, I come over to it. Here, I'm gonna. Guys, I'm not touching it. It's sitting on this post right here. All right, guys. So we just concluded and wrapped up our investigation of Hiawatha Insane Asylum. Now, I'll tell you, one of the biggest things that we want to tell you guys is that we don't always go to these places expecting to have these crazy things happen to us. Sometimes they're a lot more than that. In this case, we felt things tonight. I personally felt things that I've never felt before. I had a very, very, very strong feeling in my stomach, like something hit me. I don't know if that was one of the spirits letting me know how they felt in their moments. I think all of us physically had some form of a feeling tonight.
Yeah.
Joshua, you had more of a stronger spiritual experience today than anything else.
It was very calming, and like, the entire time, even when we were hearing some voices from the spirit box, and when, you know, meters were going off, the entire time just felt very calmly neutral, not good or bad, just very overall, just calm. Like I was in complete control of everything.
Yes, Joe. I mean, I'll tell you what, guys. The biggest thing we want you guys to know about is the story about these Native Americans. Think about this. They were brought here because they didn't conform, because they didn't meet what, at the time, the white man and all the, you know, the things that were going on back in that time frame, what they deemed to be mentally sane. And they had to suffer in this insane asylum for things that they never did, okay? Which is crazy, right? So we were respectful to them tonight. It was just a great experience, honestly. I didn't feel anything bad or negative here. I felt a very strong spiritual connection to this place, and it's something I'll never forget. And I hope you guys enjoyed this investigation with us, and we can't wait to bring you more crazy investigations. That's why we're doing it for you guys and for us. So you guys, you know what to do next. Stay tuned.